It's almost like, you get pizza from the same place every single Friday night. And every Friday night, you've told them extra sauce, extra cheese, pepperoni, no anchovy. And every Friday night, they make a mistake. You don't get your extra cheese, and there's anchovies. I hate anchovies, but I'm hungry. I'm going to eat what I got. Then, one Friday, they listen. They don't put the anchovies on it. And all of a sudden, this is good. And the following Friday, there's no anchovies. I can do this. And now I'm just praying to the Star Trek gods. They continue giving us what we want versus what they want.
I find it very interesting that you use pizza as an analogy right now.
Freaking
That's cool.
Starving right now. This diet is killing me. I would kill a Tellarite right now for a pepperoni pizza with zero concept. I would murder a Tellarite with fire in front of his family.
Mixties presents the Popcast.
Hey, my name is Brian, that is Shane, and this is the Popcast, and I'm glad to say, today is going to be a wonderful day. Shane, tell us why.
It's going to be a great day because for the first time ever, we got a Star Trek episode on Discovery.
That we did.
The first time. Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you, showrunner. Thank you.
Thank you, CBS, for giving us, after 6 hard episodes, an episode we can truly enjoy. And I have very little complaints. If anything, I felt closer to the characters. I felt more personable. The story was good. Harry Mudd was awesome. I am really, Stamets is really growing on me, like in a weird way, like a fungus. Like he's growing on me like a fungus that I can't get off, but like it doesn't bother me that much, and it sort of helps my skin, so I'm okay with.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm missing. Oh my gosh.
Where'd you go? Where'd you go? What happened? What happened?
I don't know. It's like Harry Mudd came on board and zapped me or something.
Okay. And you're back. What just happened there?
I don't know. I thought it was like I thought you were just like, I don't want to look at you right now.
No,
you're gone.
I wasn't. No. Anyways, because that was a great opening, I'm not gonna restart the show. We're just gonna keep going.
Well, let's just keep going then and see what happens. Hey, man, I got to tell you, I need a story like this. I need a science-y, time-stuck loop. Give me Star Trek in every way, shape, and form.
Freak of the week, baby. I love Freak of the Week episodes. I don't mind the underlying, current of overall story arcs, but I really need those contained episodes too to get me on board and to keep me interested,
Gotta have the story within the story. And, while I love the story, we also get a lot of growth from Michael in this episode. We get basically, there's so many things about, we find out that she's never been in love. There was a couple of weird moments here where they know that the ship basically has 30 minutes before it's going to blow up, and they're like dancing and kissing, which I thought was like a little trippy. Like in that situation, I don't know what I'd be doing that, but it did forward her character, and we got to learn a little bit more about why she is the way she is. So
that sacrifice she made when she swallowed that thing really added a lot to her character. And saying, you know what's more valuable than the ship? Me. That was just so gangster. And and I gotta be honest, Wilson Rain, Harry Mudd's face, he's a great actor. Oh my God.
He really is, isn't he?
He's phenomenal. When he was like, Michael Burnham? And you believe that all of a sudden that character went from gloating to even more greedy, right? In that moment.
Yeah, he is such a great Harry Mudd, man. He really is. He comes off just killing people. He is the perfect iteration of what Harry Mudd is. The character you really never fully get to see in the original Star Trek episodes. You know that he's like diabolical.
Yeah.
But you don't get to understand how diabolical until you see him in this episode.
Yeah, I now want a full Harry Mudd series.
Wouldn't that be great?
Man, I would pay for it. I would pay for every episode. Okay? Listen, I am a notorious pirate, man. I have been a notorious pirate back in the day. I no longer am. But I gotta say, I would pay for it if it was like it's only on iTunes and it's $3.99 episode. You got me, man. $56 later, I got the whole season. I'm okay with that. That character is so good. It would be so great. A whole series with Harry Mudd and his adventures. Oh,
Hey, you know what's funny, man? I just realized that I'm a science officer and you're working in engineering.
oh, yes. Actually, no, I'm not working in engineering. I am red shirt.
Well, yeah, you're a red shirt,
Yeah.
but also that's engineering top.
I just thought it was a little funny that when the guys at Mixed Tees gave us our shirts, they gave you the science and they gave me the expendable shirt.
Well, they know. They
Yeah.
know, that I'm the one who's making all the sense here, and you're just comedic value.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. We're gonna find out though, Shane,
Or
because
they just want you to get shot. I don't know.
because Christmas sales are coming up, and they're gonna give us these like they're gonna give us a few shirts to give away for like half off, and we're gonna give them our codes, and we're gonna find out who supports Brian more than they support Shane via code use.
Oh, you're making it I see.
It's
I like
gonna be
this.
a contest, and whoever loses the contest will be punished.
What is? Oh, you're really
I'm
so
not-
hard up since the last time you
I
got
want to get
punished.
back at you. I had hives for a week. My face was swollen for a week. I'm gonna get you, man. And you're winning the
I
Survivor
think
bet.
you have a lot more people sympathizing for you than me, man.
Well,
So I don't know.
We'll see.
I get a lot of poor Brian's out there, and not a whole lot of poor Shane.
Christmas sales coming up. Star Trek: The Orville. They got some plans. Listen, let's get
That's awesome.
right into it. Let's start really quick with the sub thing. I know we say it every episode. I'm trying to fly through it real quick. 1,600 subs. We are really getting close. We're at like 1,100 right now. We're close. A few hundred more, and we're going to be there. And if you thought the last giveaway was phenomenal when we gave away 3 premiere tickets with dinner and a movie and candy to Star Wars, then get ready for the outstanding, outlandish, out-of-this-world giveaway. This thing is going to be so phenomenal. You need to subscribe and comment to be involved in that. Now, opening shot of Discovery. First of all, the stylized stuff on Star Trek, what do we say? Always, it's visually stunning. The lighting is great. It was a little dark in the first couple episodes, but now that we're on Discovery, it's been great. I love the way they opened up. Their openings have been phenomenal. Like the replicator from episode 3.
Yeah, that was on point.
And this shot showing, Michael and her trepidation of the party and her, getting used to ship life felt really natural as someone that was in the military. And it felt welcoming. The opening shot felt welcoming, and it helps that the episode was good. I mean, if the episode was bad and this opening shot was welcoming, I'd be like, well, I guess this shot was good, but the episode was fantastic. So,
yeah, 100%.
And we get a little view of the Klingon Starfleet. I almost said Union. The Klingon Starfleet war, and it looks like there's a very clear border taking place, which is nice because remember in TOS and TNG there is a Klingon Federation neutral zone developed
That's right.
between the two empires, right?
Yeah, kind of like the Korean North and South Korea, the DMZ zone,
Right.
demilitarized zone.
And we are seeing what appears to be that border sort of taking place. If there's any internet sleuths out there that takes this map and puts it up against, the TOS maps we've seen, I wonder where that border ends up,
Mm-hmm.
Because this is not, obviously they're still fighting it out right now. Okay. We even get shots of Stamets. They're vibing. The crew is getting along.
He looks like he's gonna break out into dance at any second.
Yeah, he seems happy.
He's been going.
You're right, yeah. And Burnham is hanging out with Ash Tyler. She's getting along with him. They're having a meaningful conversation. They're eating lunch. It seems to be that everybody is finding their groove, and it's becoming a family. And that vibe is really coming off on me and other fans, I'm sure too.
Yeah, I think so too. They're starting to gel a little bit. Up until this episode, I kind of felt like there was something missing. and I just feel like this started to fall into place this episode. So
Yeah.
obviously now we've got a love interest. Little does she know she's probably about to start dating a Klingon, but okay.
Yeah, well, that's what we think. The going theory is that Ash Tyler is a Klingon.
I mean, I'm sold on it almost. In my mind, that's the way I see him. I mean, they even have in this episode Stamets talks about how tall he is. You notice that?
Yeah.
He talks about, wow, you're tall. I mean, it's just almost like it was like a little gift for us, just to remind us that Although I got to tell you, if he is Klingon, he's pulling off the most amazing acting job ever.
Yeah, for real. I mean, dude, they're gonna get it. They're gonna get us loving this character, and then they're gonna rip it away from us.
Yeah. Well, what if the Klingon actually falls in love with the Federation?
No.
Ooh, right?
No.
What if it happened? What if it happened where he was so torn? They would have to actually have episodes where, yeah, that would be crazy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. What if there's the reveal where he's a Klingon, he goes to their side, he has clear trepidation about it, but he still betrays the Federation. He announced that
he's in love
Klingon,
with Michael,
but he's in love, and then the final episode is when he betrays the Klingon race, and breaks them out of jail and saves the day, and so it's like betrayal, redemption. I don't know.
But he has to die in order for that to happen, so it'd have to be self-sacrifice.
And then he'll have to die by the end of it. It'll have to die for us to be like, what a character. I mean, yeah.
Right.
I gotta be honest, Ash Tyler, that character is definitely making the show better.
I agree. He is definitely an element that we needed. He's that character, that officer that just is trying to do everything right. He's got the moral direction that the captain doesn't. It seems like he's given the speech about remembering the people who died, even though during this college dorm party, whatever. It's good to know that beer pong still exists in the future.
And plastic cups.
Plastic cups, beer pong. I mean, I was like so shocked when I saw that. I'm like, oh, okay. And then it's like a rave. They've got these crazy, the music's even from the 1990s, I think.
I like how their clubs,
or 2000s.
even though they're plastic cups, they are drinking futuristic ale, and so it glows green. I like that.
Or something. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this guy's in a wheelchair. You see this?
Yeah, he's still serving.
He's still serving, and he looks like he's in a wheelchair. That was a little nitpicky thing I have. I'm like, I don't. With medicine where they're at right now, it seems like someone being in a wheelchair and not having some kind of assistant or whatever seems a little bit forced. Like they were trying to show that there are people that were wounded in battle, like there is now. But they already showed us that their medical technology is outstanding.
Yeah, but even 10 years from now, Christopher Pike ends up in a wheelchair.
Well,
following his incident.
He's like burnt from head to toe or something, though, right?
True, but what I'm saying is that the wheelchairs exist, and
That's
if you
true.
look at this, it kind of almost looks like it to some degree.
Kind of,
Maybe
yeah.
that they borrowed some elements of it.
Yeah. I just lost you again, by the way, Shane.
Listen. If this is a joke, man, okay, I get it.
I'm
You
not
made your
doing
point.
it. No, it's not. It's
Okay.
not a joke. I promise.
I know that nobody wants to look at me. It's cool. We're good.
No, they want to look at you. Can you come back to us, please?
Okay. Wait. Ooh, I'm coming back.
Okay.
Can you feel me coming back?
I think you're messing with me now. Is it like this is like a Halloween thing, maybe?
No, if it was Halloween or something, I'd be dressed up.
Okay. Yeah, that would make sense. I actually thought, wouldn't it be hilarious if we did our Halloween show with me as you and you as me? We switched the screens,
No. Wait, we could dress up. Do we have anything tomorrow? If we did, if we do end up doing our 32 person Royal Rumble, we should dress up in costumes.
I don't think we're going to, but if we did, we should. So we'll let you guys know.
That was Brian's way of like saying we're not going to.
I mean, I want to. No. Listen, I want to, but I just don't think we're gonna have time. By the way, everybody, the Orville episode got put up really late because I was in the middle of another project and we were just so swamped because of you're back because of Halloween, and I'm sorry about that. I won't. I'm gonna work very hard in the future to put episodes up same day. So just so you know, that's what happened for the Orville episode.
No, what really happened is Brian's like, I would like Shane to have to work at midnight to market this stuff, so here we go and put it up.
Oh yeah, I really wanted to do that. No, I was in the middle of a whole another project, which we'll get into later, and we got stuff coming up for Christmas. We're really trying to like build the channel and just do a lot of fun stuff. But it costs money and it takes time, and
yes, it does.
It's a whole thing. Building a YouTube channel is no joke. Like anybody that thinks I'm just gonna get a camera and just go crazy. Like that's literally that's like the very first step. Now from there you got to do so much more of boring stuff and all the hard stuff to actually make it worth it.
Well, I got to tell you, if we don't end up doing our 32-person Royal Rumble tomorrow, I will tell everybody out there who's watching, this is the final video with which will be the special boxing.
That's right.
That we're doing. This is the final video. So make sure you comment and subscribe on this video. This will be the last one for this special box. And remember, I got some stuff from outer space I'm sending you and a bunch of other items.
He actually kidnapped an alien from Roswell, and he shoved it inside of a box.
That's what you keep telling everybody. They're going to be so disappointed when a crazy little creature doesn't come out of their box.
Hey, if you don't know what the boxing videos are, go look back. Like, we might be the only channel that instead of doing unboxings, we do actual boxings, where we put things in a box to send to people, Loot Crate style. And we put a lot of cool stuff in there. Like, these aren't like no $20 a month Loot Crate boxes. These are legitimately cool boxes with some really valuable stuff. So go back and take a look. Everyone gets a little better and a little bigger. And as long as we still have jobs and we can afford it, this will happen. Okay.
Would be nice. Yeah, I hate stealing this stuff from the stores so we can give it to our fans.
Yeah. We really have to stop shoplifting. Yeah, we're gonna get caught one day.
Almost got caught last time. Oh, don't worry. By the time it gets to you guys, it doesn't matter. It's already passed through several hands.
Yeah. No one's gonna figure it out. You're fine. Listen. Let's move on. So. They call Burnham and Ash to the bridge, and when right before we get there, we bump into Stamets and the doc, and Stamets is just acting like he's such a better character.
He's drunk, bro. He's acting seriously like he's drunk all the time.
I don't know. I mean, it's like I really like this version of the character, and I hated the version of the character we had before the spore incident. So
I like him too. I'm digging who he is now. I like him much better.
Yeah, it just seems like sort of the absent-minded, really smart dude that's really positive. But I like this. This is the character I want.
Well, the problem was we had so many people like his other character already on this show. Mm-hmm. We needed a different personality. We needed this kind of friendly, open personality. It wasn't on the show.
And what a natural way to like change his character when they realized that people weren't gonna like that sort of sassy vibe he was giving off. He gets attached to the sport drive and it just drives the narrative forward. It makes him a better character. And if this is the direction Disco, which I hate.
Yeah,
I hate that so much.
I hate that you even said it right now.
If this is the direction Disco is going, then I can really start pushing down the stuff I don't like and enjoying it more. If we're going like Section 31, Ash Tires a Klingon, the character development, the mirror universe, we keep seeing all this foreshadowing for it. If this is the direction we're going, it's going to explain a lot of canon break stuff, and it'll make me a believer in this show. And I'm not going to say one episode's doing that, but it feels like it might be going that direction, which is giving me a lot of S on the chest hope. So to speak.
Yeah, I gotta have more like not Klingon problems happening every week on the ship that the crew needs to come together and solve. I just need that. That's Star Trek. And without that, it's not Star Trek. You can do whatever you want to call it, a space drama, whatever you want to do. It's not Star Trek if the crew isn't overcoming problems together.
It's Battlestar Galactica with a Star Trek twist.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah, to be honest, I still hate the Klingons. Not like, I hate them because they're the villain and you're supposed to. No, I hate the way they look, the way they talk, the way they act.
Well, the good news is we haven't had to deal with Klingons really much for a couple episodes.
Yes, and that's the thing.
It might have a good reason why I'm feeling a little better.
Yeah, so we don't have to. If we don't, that's not going to change unless they give me a good reason as to why it is the way it is. But the fact we haven't had to deal with them is making it easier to digest and making it even enjoyable. It's almost like, you get pizza from the same place every single Friday night, and every Friday night you've told them, extra sauce, extra cheese, pepperoni, no anchovies. And every Friday night, they make a mistake. You don't get your extra sauce, you don't get your extra cheese, and there's anchovies. And you're like, I hate anchovies, but I'm hungry. I'm going to eat what I got. And then, one Friday, they listen. You don't get extra sauce, but you get your extra cheese. Then they don't put the anchovies on it. And all of a sudden, you're like, this is good. And the following Friday, you got extra sauce. You got extra cheese. There's no anchovies. They throw a couple extra pepperoni on there, some Parmesan cheese. You're like, I can do this. And now I'm just praying to the Star Trek gods and the showrunners that they continue giving us what we want versus what they want. And we'll be okay.
I find it very interesting that you use pizza as an analogy right now. That's cool.
Starving right now. This diet is killing me.
It's like a sundae and putting the sprinkles on. They don't put the sprinkles on. Yeah.
Yes, I would kill a Tellarite right now for a pepperoni pizza with zero consequence. I would murder a Tellarite with fire, in front of his family, if I could have a pizza with no consequences. But hey, alas,
you're so funny.
If you saw our prank video, I am a fatty that I'm trying to lose weight. So, moving on.
You look good to me, bro.
Thanks, man. I love you too, bro. Yeah. Okay, we discover that Paul Stamets has some cyber enhancements. Notice that he said cybernetic augments. Ooh. He said the augment word, Shane. The augment word. Remember, we are about 10 years away from Khan and the augments. I'm not saying this is foreshadowing, but boy, if season 2 dealt with augments, I would be happy.
Okay.
Not season 1 though. There's so much going on in season 1. Don't add augments.
Yeah, or it could just be a complete, accident.
Yeah, there's so many words you can say other than augments. I feel like that was intentional, even if it's just like a fun little Easter egg. It wasn't.
Okay.
I felt like augment was definitely an intentional Star Trek, keyword. Okay.
Definitely possible.
Then we get to this fascinating space-dwelling species. Now, remember, we saw a version of this, I believe, in Star Trek Enterprise, the space whale, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Where, I believe it was Enterprise, and I think it was Enterprise where, I want to say, Soon, whatever his name was, took it over it, and they become like symbiotic. It might not be Enterprise. There was an episode, either TNG or Enterprise, where they came across a space whale. I think it was called Space Seed, I believe. And somebody had to sort of sacrifice themselves in order to save this thing and be its companion.
I remember that too. I feel like I want to say it's Enterprise as well. Doesn't feel like a TNG thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody remembers that one, go ahead and let us know down below. That would be cool. What I like about this, what's interesting about this creature is when Burnham describes the creature about being so completely focused on its task that it doesn't have time to mate, she's essentially talking about herself. So the comparison here is that this creature is basically like Michael Burnham.
Yeah,
and it's very subtle, but it's there, and I thought that was an interesting way of also showing the audience what Michael's going through, that she's never taken time to be in love or never taken time to forward that part of her life. So that was in case nobody caught that was there for sure. I like that a lot. Now we see this character in the cargo bay wearing a white uniform. I thought those were dress uniforms, but I thought they were medical bay uniforms, and that may actually be where he's from. He might be part of the medical staff. It is a creature, for medical reasons. Makes
Sure.
sense. I dig that white uniform, by the way. I think it looks good.
Yeah, it's fancy. If I had the physique, I would have that as my Halloween costume.
Nice.
All right, we got a shot of the space whale, and then all hell breaks loose as a.
Well, wait. Can we go at space whale for a second? Did anybody else think what I thought? Like, it's surviving in space. Now it's in an oxygen atmosphere. I don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, and with gravity. As soon as they
the first thing
they TP'd it in, teleported in. Sorry, and it's like appendages all sort of came down to the ground because of the gravity.
Yeah, it's first thing I thought was, I mean, maybe they know that it can deal with oxygen and it can be basically in the hangar bay.
Well, and like
That's
heat,
like
heat all of a sudden, right?
Yeah, so a lot of different things. I mean, like I said, it's TV, so no big deal. But the sciencey part of me wants to know, how that works.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I agree. I guess it's a little bit of a nitpicky thing, but yeah, I want to know how that works too. Maybe it's just like such a hardened, like, hardy creature that it can survive. If it can survive in space, it can survive anywhere.
Right. Doesn't need oxygen or whatever.
Right. All right. Now I don't have a shot of this, but out of its mouth becomes what appears to be a Tellarite, because he has a Tellarite an Andorian mask. He has the two antennae. He's definitely wearing an Andorian mask. And he starts killing people. And Captain Lorca goes, "What are you doing?" And he takes off the Andorian battle helmet, and we get this first shot of Harry Mudd. And he's like, "I'm back, Captain, and I'm going to kill you and sell your ship to the Klingons."
Yeah. Yeah, he was like great. I mean, he was I tell you what, man. He was just amazing right here.
Yeah. No, that was phenomenal, man. And he wasn't playing around. He
was serious.
He was serious. He's going to kill.
He's got that crazy going on.
Wonderful beard. He's gonna kill Lorca and take his ship and kill the crew and he's in it for revenge and profit.
Yes, for sure.
And then the ship explodes and we're right back to the party. That's when I realized it was like Groundhog Day meets a space opera, and I'm like, hell yeah.
Wait, is that what happened? So yeah, you're right. And then Stamets comes out and actually, breaks out the whole, we're in a time loop.
Right.
And they're like, settle down, Beavis.
They get called to the bridge. Stamets stops them on the way there, tries to explain the time loop thing. Berman, they're not buying it, but he mentions the space whale. And when they get to the bridge, instead of saying, "Captain, protocol dictates we put it in the, blah, blah, blah," she goes, "Captain, I do not advise that, blah, blah." She believes them clearly. But they don't listen to Michael. They bring it in. But he allows Michael and Ash to go down there together. This is the part of Ash Tyler's character I like a lot. And he's sitting there with his... That's when... And Harry Mudd announces his presence once again.
Well, what's funny is we learn, the first time he comes out of the mouth of the whale, right, killing everybody. But this time he's transported himself from inside the whale to somewhere on the ship.
Right. That's what it was. Thank you.
Which Michael Burnham caught when she got the recorder up close. She was able to tell she got some sort of teleport signature.
Yeah.
So that was because we needed to know how he was able to do this.
Yeah, we're missing screenshots because the episode was so good. I was actually forgetting to take screenshots.
That's okay.
I was getting lost in the story. I'm like, oh snap, screenshot. Yeah. So he teleports himself directly into the spore drive room, and he tells the captain his plans again, and he's telling Michael, and he's asking Michael and Burnham, but I don't know what this does, and what's this piece here for? And
yeah.
And that's when Stamets was hiding in there, shoots Harry Mudd, And he goes, listen. And they're like, well, fix the drive. He goes, no, it doesn't matter. I've explained this so many times. I'm about to throw myself out of airlock.
Oh yeah, he's done that. Yeah, he said that a little later. But yeah, he says, yeah, he's been through this thing many times. We find out in a couple more iterations that Harry Mudd says he's killed the captain like 53 times or something like that.
Oh yeah, I actually got screenshots of that. Now we're back. Ship explodes. Yeah. Back to the party. Tyler and Burnham are having another awkward moment. Stamets stops Burnham this time before she can even get to the bridge. Explains to her, once again, this is the airlock one. If I have to explain myself, I'm going to throw myself in an airlock. She believes him, and that's when we get the shot of that first time we see Harry Mudd interact with the captain. Yeah, he pulled a fake medical thing. He asked him to come down to the medical bay. And we get this great shot between the captain's legs of Harry Mudd standing there with a phaser.
Right.
Great shot, man. Harry Mudd's taking the captain to his menagerie of torture devices because he's trying to learn more about the ship so he can figure out how the spore drive works. He explains to the captain that he's killed him multiple times.
Yeah.
And then that's when Michael. Then we get that we go back to Burnham and Stamets, and Stamets asks Burnham, "Tell me a secret that only you would ever know, so that next time the loop happens, I don't have to waste my time convincing you."
Right. I'm not sure why she whispered it into his ear here. It was just them two.
That's right. That was a storytelling.
I guess
thing.
For us, So, but he basically lets the cat out of the bag the very next time we find out what it is, anyways.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's supposed to be a moment there between those two.
Right. Now, Harry Mudd and Captain Lorca are in the menagerie of pain. And he picks up a device and says, "What does this device do? I bet you it melts brains. I think it melts brains." I thought it was a cool
that was good.
line. He explains to them that he's killed him 53 times. And we get this little montage of the various ways he's killed Captain Lorca. My favorite one being when Captain Lorca is about to throw himself at Harry Mudd, he waves his hand and teleports him into space. That was brilliant.
That was crazy.
That was brilliant. While eating something.
I know. Totally like, you're bothering me like a fly.
Like, that was really cool, man. With the way he used the teleporter, be like, you gone, you gone, you gone. It was awesome. And then he shoots him once again. But this time with that brain melting pistol that really does a lot of destruction there. It did not melt his brain. It melted everything.
Melted everything. Kind of what a phaser does on
kill. And then we're back to the party. And you got cybernetic chick making out with somebody. And Stamets finally approaches Burnham really quickly and explains, he tells her the secret, gets her to believe him. Says, "We need you to talk to Ash Tyler, and you're not doing great at it. So let me understand you better so I can help you next time you talk to Ash." And he dances with her. I thought this was a very personal moment where he's dancing with her, explaining his history between him and the Doctor. And then time repeats itself again. She wastes no time in picking up Ash and taking him to the dance floor and getting information about Harry Mudd.
She was actually quite forward. What's interesting is, I guess it's just she all of a sudden was quickly believing. I can't tell if Stamets was actually making it to her to give the secret password to make her, believe him right away, or now she was actually remembering what happened. It almost felt like that.
I gotta say,
only so much you can do with writing, but
it would have made a little more sense if he injected her with the retro
spores,
virus,
something like that. Yeah,
it would have been. It would have also added another possible story down the road, or maybe it was a one-off thing. If she never actually uses the spore drive, she doesn't experience the same side effects.
Yeah,
that would have been interesting, but that might have been too convenient because then it could have been injected to everybody.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So she kisses him and gets the information they need about the time crystal. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love the time crystal thing. Like, it had to be a fourth-dimensional race must have perfected technology, and that's where Harry Mudd got it. And I know that seems very convenient, but this is Star Trek. There is convenient
That's
things in
okay.
Star Trek. It's okay.
I was okay with that.
It's new tech that they made sure that you understood it's sort of a one-off thing. Like, on it, toward the end, it falls off his wrist. He can't just use it whenever he wants to. And
Yeah, it disappeared. You got to get your hand on it again somehow.
it's very hard to procure, and all that stuff happens. It's hard to get a hold of, and that's why we don't see it a whole lot. Just like in TOS, those portals, I forgot the name of the race that left it behind that allows them to teleport. Which
That goes on go to history.
right, which they actually show in the first use of the spore drive. They go to
What was
a
it
planet.
called?
The Icarus,
I think it was Amok Time was the story. It was the episode.
yeah, that was the episode, but the race
Yeah.
is called Icarus or something like that. But
I don't remember.
yeah, it's they have these portals that operate a little bit like the spore drive. You can just go wherever you want,
But in time,
In
not
t-
in place.
in time, right? And I think when they put Michael Burnham in that chamber to show her, I think there's a shot where she's actually on a planet that looks a whole lot like that race's planet.
Okay.
Anyways, I like the
Very
time
cool.
crystal. It was very cool. Harry Mudd, I love this line. He goes, "I didn't think I would actually say this, but I'm actually getting tired of gloating."
Yeah, that's funny, and that just shows you how much he has owned them, and
Yeah.
now he is ripe to be taken.
Right, yeah, and he's just doing whatever he wants. He's learned everything he needs to learn.
Yep.
And he uses those little balls of death, whatever they are,
Yeah, I don't know.
to destroy Ash Tyler on the subatomic level, apparently.
He said the most painful way you could possibly die, I guess.
Yeah, and it looks painful as hell.
Yeah, he looks like he's in pain.
Yeah. So I don't know what those are, but those are cool, and I hope those make another appearance of some sort. He did. He got him out of Captain's Menagerie, right?
I'm sure.
Okay, so she brings Burnham and the cadet are trying to figure out where the power device is. They find out that it's inside the space whale. And I guess he hid the ship in there, or the device that helps him power the whatever. Which makes sense.
Yeah.
And she figures out that the only way to get him to repeat time and to save Ash Tyler and to get another go at saving the day is to offer herself up. And this was honestly the best part of the show. When Michael Burnham says, "There's one thing more valuable to the Klingons than this ship," me, Michael Burnham, the guy that killed their Messiah,
Yeah.
dude, and he didn't have that information because she's not an officer.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say 100% that that's necessarily true. I mean,
Well, he believed it.
well, no, I mean, it's true from that point because it's the way it's been built up. But I think the Klingons are a little more smarter than that. They probably would much rather have the shirt. They'd probably much rather have the ship than Michael Burnham. But hey, whatever gets Henry Mudd thinking about money, right?
Well, maybe that's true, but he also knows that Michael Burnham is also valuable to them. So it's
Sure, yeah.
two birds, one stone. So he's greed. He has what he
he'd
wants.
give it
But
all
he's
to
like,
him.
I have what I want, but I can have a little bit more, and that's like that's the gambler's problem, dude. And Harry Mudd's a gambler. When
Yes, he is.
You've won. You think you're done, but you want to push it a little bit farther, and you want to let it ride, and that's when you lose everything. If you've ever played blackjack or poker, your downfall is usually when you go a little too far, you get a little too greedy, and you don't know when to fold it, you don't know when to walk away, and you lose everything you've gained.
Yeah, when she killed herself here, he was mad because he knew he was going to have to do a reset again.
Right.
And he had thought he was set. This was going to be it. So this was really cool the way she did this.
You're right. It was really great storytelling because at that moment he's like, "Damn it, I need her because she's valuable.
Yeah.
So I got to reset time again. Here we go." And if he had not reset time there, the show would be over, and it'd be the Harry Mudd show.
Which is what you want anyways. Great.
Right. All right. So you made a huge mistake here. That's when he resets time and goes about with his plan. Now, I didn't get shots of this because I was literally engulfed in the story. But Harry Mudd he gets Stamets, he goes to the bridge, and the entire crew is now aware of his plans. And they go, "Welcome, Captain Mudd. Save the crew." I know, and remember, they set this up when he explained his captain's issue about losing his crew in when they were in Klingon jail. This was one piece of information Harry Mudd knew about the captain, and so he believed the captain when he said, "I don't want that to happen again. Spare the crew. You can have Burnham and Stamets and the Spore Drive, but spare the crew." He thought they all give up because the captain doesn't want to go through that pain again.
Yeah, that was great use of the previous writing. Way to really incorporate it in. Good job.
Yeah. Now, obviously, it was all ruse. They turned the tables on Harry Mudd. They didn't even send a message to the Klingons. Turns out you can con a con man. I love
you
that
can
line.
con a con man.
And they actually called Stella and her arms.
This, to me, was the best part of the whole show.
It was great. It was so great.
This is a throwback to the TOS episode where Harcourt gets his wife back that he didn't want. He'd been avoiding her the whole time. And if you remember, she comes back and immediately back as a bunch of basically androids or robots or whatever it was. And she's Harcourt, and he's like, "Oh my gosh," right? So you can just tell that this woman drives him crazy.
Yeah, no, he does not love this woman at all.
No, he's stuck.
But he's
Harry Mudd's jail.
Yeah, but he's easily controlled by her. And so at the end, when Ash Tyree goes, "You don't owe us anything, and as long as you keep this guy in servitude forever."
Right.
Yeah, it was great. The arms dealer says consider it done. I loved that. And Harry Mudd gets taken away. And of course, we see him 10 years later. He picks up again. I hope we see him again. I hope this is not it. And according to IMDb, we should see more of Harry Mudd. Or they're lying to us. One of the two.
Well, it would be cool to see more of him. But if we don't, I'm okay with that too. I feel like the story's been told. I feel like we don't really need to see Harry until James T. Kirk season.
I gotta be honest though. Wouldn't it be cool? Okay? Just spitballing here. If he makes a cameo, maybe toward the end of the season, the Discovery's in a pinch. They're about to be destroyed by 4 Klingon birds of prey, and one of them explodes and gives the Discovery time to, blink away or do what it's got to do to save the day. And Harry Mudd comes on the viewfinder. "Now you owe me one, Captain," and his wife's behind him. I'm not saying redemption, but a good way to flip a little bit. Like, he helps out just enough to bring, because we need to bring him back to the center a little bit. He was a little too evil this episode.
Well, that's what I'm saying is I don't know if that'll do it because he was so evil. I mean, he's just murdering people. Literally just murdering people.
You're right, but so, the captain did say, "You're a businessman." Businessmen, they might see...
something would have to be in it for him to do that. So maybe it would have to be, you'd have to have some sort of version that was where it was basically he was getting something for it. I know what you're saying and where you're going, and we've seen that in TV shows and movies before. Yeah, so I get
Han Solo was a scoundrel that ends up saving the day.
Lovable scoundrel. I'm not sure Harry Mudd...
I feel like Harry Mudd can evolve to be a lovable scoundrel because I feel like he was a lovable scoundrel in TOS.
He was, but now he's evil at the moment. So they're going to have to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, if they bring him a little closer to the center, I would like that. Just a little bit. It's obviously there's something in it for him. Maybe he gets one of the bird of prey. Whatever it is, at some point, there's another run-in, and he does something that's admirable enough to bring him just a little bit closer to the center to make TOS a little better for us.
Yeah, I'd be okay if he did something like that, but then instead of saying "you owe me one, Captain," him saying something like that. Gosh, I miss killing you.
I miss killing
or something
you.
like that. Gosh, I miss killing you.
Yeah.
Or something. I could see that.
Isn't it ironic that I have to save you now? Kill you later, Lorca.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could have been 54.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. All right, and we got this last shot of Michael Burnham and Ash Tyler, and they're being very officer-like, very Starfleet, and they're talking, but they're not interacting. There's, and
notice Michael doesn't have a badge.
Yeah, well, she is a specialist. She's not a member of Starfleet.
So she's like a contractor.
Yeah, she's a science specialist according to her roster. Science specialist, which means she's not a Starfleet.
Not even part of Starfleet at all.
That's why Harry Mudd said, I looked up all the officers I didn't see. He goes, I'm not an officer.
I just assumed that she was a crewman, but apparently she's not even a crewman.
Nope, she is a science specialist. I think specialists are people that work for Starfleet, but they're not part of Starfleet. I doubt she could ever be part of Starfleet. I guess.
I thought a science specialist was basically an enlisted science member of the science department, but I guess that's not the case. Or maybe enlisted folks, maybe they don't get to wear the badge.
There's an interesting thing here, Shane, because she can never be part of Starfleet again. She's ruined it for herself, right? And I feel like at the end of the show, what happens to Michael Burnham? Is this a delayed? Is this like a suspension of a guaranteed sentence of her going to prison?
No, she's going to redeem herself.
And they're going to.
There'll be redemption. Yeah, there'll be redemption. They'll find out that she wasn't the one who actually caused all of this to happen necessarily. That the Klingons were itching to make it happen. Something will come out of the woodwork that'll clear her name, or she'll clear her name. Something will happen.
8,000 people. They blame her for 8,000 deaths.
Right now, yeah. There's going to be a redemption of this character through some means. I believe.
Well, I hope that's the case, because that would definitely make Season 2 better. Listen, guys, that's the end of the show. We loved this episode of Star Trek Discovery. Disco as it may. I really hope this continues. This was a really good episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, I literally was so engulfed in the story, I was forgetting to take screenshots, and that was my second watch, guys. That's
crazy.
I haven't felt that way about Star Trek for a decade. So.
I'm glad. Yeah, no, I felt the same way. I was watching it going, and I was eager to see what was going to happen next in the episode.
Yeah.
Whereas in past episodes, I'm just trying to get through it so we can do a show. This is the first time I was actually interested in what was happening on a bigger scale than, I got a job to do.
That's true. That's so true. Yeah. Okay. Well, listen, we'll be back on Wednesday for the Flash. Do me a favor, if you're a Flash fan and you watch our Flash shows, tell a friend. For some reason, the views on the Flash have been really sort of weak. So we need a good reason to continue doing that show. Or, next season, if we don't get the views up, we're going to have to change that show we do on Wednesdays. And I like the Flash. I wouldn't want to do that. So tell a friend about our Flash episodes if you watch the Flash. And we'll see you on Wednesday. Shane?
Yeah. We appreciate you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Get in the 1,600 sub challenge, the boxing video. This is it. So make sure you comment today, because I'm going to get Brian to do this special boxing 32-man showdowns at some point, hopefully this week.
Okay.
So and that way we can get that up. We got to do that for the folks. They've been waiting for it. And then we'll see you guys back Wednesday for the Flash.
And I almost forgot. Have a happy Halloween.
Oh, have a safe and happy Halloween. Don't do anything that we wouldn't do.
Yes. I'll be dressing up as Shane on Halloween.
Holy cow. That's kind of freaky.
All right, guys. I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
All right, see you guys Wednesday.